Hey guys, welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift. I'm Tom, and I am at a thrift store you guys have seen me at a couple of times. They're not open on Mondays, and I'm like, you know what? I hit Goodwill on Mondays because of the weekend donations. Well, they don't have Monday weekend donations. They have Sunday, or they have Tuesday weekend donations. So I can probably head in here and find some goodies. I found a baby stroller that we might be able to use, but as of yet, I haven't really done much digging around. Let's go see what we can find. Funko Pops, $24 each. So I'm not going to know if these are Chinese knockoffs or not, and I didn't really look at the damage on the box. To, you know, if these have a little bit of damage, then it makes a big difference in price. And it's missing Sloth from the set, and the Sloth is worth about $100. So this might be, it's $100 to buy it. It might be $200 worth of Funkos, but Pops are a dying breed, and I don't know enough about them to spend $100 to maybe double my money.
4.
You're 4.
And
So far, I'm not particularly impressed. What are these? Oh, trampoline pole toppers. This is neat. My kids would like it, but I'm not going to buy it. These, I can't figure out how to comp them. I tried scanning the label at $2.50. I have a hard time believing they're not worth significantly more than that. There's something about ice fishing, but I don't know. Like, it looks almost like a like there's a bobber, and this apparently would probably go over the ice, and so then it's like a fishing pole. But the Arctic Angler, I can't find one like it. And then this Diamond brand DFM 20. There are no red ones listed. There are like 8 black ones listed, and they're all in the $20-something range, but there's only one sold, and this wasn't expensive. I don't remember. I think it was $3.50. I don't see the price on it now, but the sell-through rate's low enough that it's not really worth messing with, in my opinion. That. Monsters Inc. Imagine Next. It's a Little Nemo, like a bubble machine. This looks old. Tough Stuff by Mattel. 1974. It's a kaleidoscope. So I just found this. It is 100% goose down, and it doesn't say made in the US because it would say that on here. But it has a Talon zipper. So it's definitely a vintage goose down Eddie Bauer vest. Something tells me this hat's vintage without even touching it. Let's see what the front says. Oh my goodness. So that's a stadium giveaway. Love it. Let's see what else is here. So there's this one that is made in the US, PCAP camo, just cool vintage thing. So I'm gonna grab that. So these are pretty cool skeleton lights, but they look like they're pretty busted up. For $3.50, and these like Grim Reaper spells are the same price. And then there's this lamp, and there's 7 of this lamp with that model number listed. There's 4 sold, but like they sell for $25 and up plus shipping, and it's $12.50. So I don't feel like there's quite enough meat on the bone there. So these were with Halloween accessories, and I don't know, I want to look further into them. They're $3.50. And we are back in the books and finding a handful of things that are reasonably interesting, especially on the bottom shelf. So I know that Brady games can be really good for like strategy guides, but I don't know what that is. And then this author, there's a bunch, and they're 50 cents a piece, so I'm gonna see how she does in lots. I don't know anything about Christine Feehan. So about half of these are game manuals. So there is just no interest in any of this stuff. As even Brady games, if you find game strategy guides, are good, but World of Warcraft is not good. And Mrs. Feehan doesn't seem to have much of a following either. So this strikes me as, and I could be wrong, like Christian romance period literature, and some of these can do really, really well. So I'm gonna look into a handful of those and see if we find anything. So we ended up at $25 on the baby stroller, some shorts for me, this Goose Down Eddie Bauer, and 8 books and 2 hats. I really like this one because it still has the tag on it. It's obviously a vintage stadium giveaway, dead stock. Probably still not terribly valuable, but I paid like $1, I think was what hats were. So it'll be, I mean, it'll be in my store for 6 months, and it's a probably 20 free shipping hat. And probably this one's probably $12.99 plus shipping, and it's winter. It's so when the weather breaks, it'll probably sell relatively quickly. Vintage camo does really well for me most of the time. Stop number 2, same Goodwill I'm always at. Yesterday when I was in here, they had some they had a spice rack that I was making fun of, and then I comped, and it's like $300. So I'm gonna see if I can still grab that. So a 12 piece at $10 per piece is $120, and then the rack is another $15. I was a little bit tempted to take just the rack and then have the $120 stuff be less likely to sell, because it isn't the complete set for somebody who found it new. But I decided not to. Man, that is some cool looking true vintage denim. Big giant lapels, like a western, but not pearl snap, but snap buttons. Contemporary sportsman. But I think I've decided I'm gonna just take it and buy it and wait a while to double up on it at $125. Pintex, $10. So on this, there's 157 listed and only 40 something sold, and they sell as low as like $25. So 10's just too much, because I'm not gonna know whether or not it works ever. Bolo time. Bavarian yodeling songs and polkas. Let's go. So I just spent $15 on this spice rack, and it has like original labels in it. And then I spent $10 a piece on these little, and some of them are marked Sears and some of them are not. But here's what they are normally worth. Like this is the lowest prices that are available are over 250. So I spent 140 including that jacket, maybe 145. So I think I spent 140 including sales tax on that. Right, so I spent $140 and I think I can double up. And here's my thought process. If I spend $140, doubling is $280. But then I have to account for the 20% of fees. So 20% of 280 is 56, which puts me at 336. And I know technically that isn't counting the 20% of the extra 56, but I'm just trying to make the math fairly simple in my head. And that's a negligible amount. And then, so I'm at 336. And if I did it free shipping, I'd have to be at 350 approximately. I mean, if it ships to Alaska, then maybe it's more than 15 bucks, but I think at 350 free shipping, I should be able to rounds about double up on that. And I feel like that's in fair relation with the comps. So I don't know how quick it's gonna sell, but it's a cool piece and it sells high. So hopefully I'll be able to sell it reasonably quickly and double my $140 investment. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the bell. We're going to get some company. Thanks for saying hi to Evelyn. Tell them we'll see you on the next one.